Hey guys, welcome to my channel, or welcome back if you are returning. So today I'm going to do a full face of new makeup to me that I've been buying or receiving lately. This includes anything from Christmas presents to stuff I've been buying to BoxyCharm, just everything all thrown in there. So let's just go ahead and jump right into the video. So I've already prepped my skin, so I think I want to start with my eyes first, and I'm going to go ahead and use this Viseart eye primer. And this is something I got in BoxyCharm. So it is just this little squeezer tube. That is what the product looks like, and it looks like it's like a silicone kind of primer. And I'm just going to take this and tap this into my eyelid, and even putting it on now, it still feels very silicone and slippery. Yeah, it's just slipping and sliding everywhere. Normally mine would be a little bit tackier by now, so we'll go ahead and give it a try. I like mine to be a little bit tackier and not so much on the slippery side. Go ahead and do the other eye real quick. Okay, the eyes are primed, so let's go ahead and go into the eyeshadow. And for this, I'm going to use the Hip Dot palette. This was their C-Note palette, and that is what that palette looks like. That top shade I did dent with my nail. I had really long nails at the time. I usually set my eye primers because I like them a little bit sticky. This feels like it's balling up a little bit, but it's still staying. Well, since this is completely dry, I don't really think I need to set it. So let's just go ahead and start. I'm going to take this AOA Studio E129 brush. I think I'm going to go into this shade right here, this bright blue, which is Maya. I'm going to go into the shade Bedrock right here on this eye and try to set it. See if that's an issue. The eyeshadow's not really sticking to this eye primer. Like, even just trying to set it, it's not sticking. It's extremely patchy, and I'm not sure if it's the palette or the eyeshadow. So I'm gonna go ahead and take this off just for the sake of being able to find out if it was the eyeshadow that was patchy or the eye primer. I'm gonna go in with the Urban Decay eye primer potion, and this is just gonna let me know which problem it was. And I chose this one because it's similar with the very minimal coverage as the Viseart one. I'm just gonna go ahead and put this on. Okay, I'm not gonna set this eye base either. I'm gonna go straight into the shade Maya like I did last time, and because I don't have anything else on my face, I can kind of be as messy as I would like, which is really nice. Okay, so as you can see, it is already applying so much better, less patchy and more pigmented. I will eventually give that eye primer another shot, but just for this video it's not gonna happen because that was an emotional roller coaster. So I'm just taking that shade and really buffing it out. I don't know, I kind of want to be super minimal with it and just kind of not do much. So these are the three shimmers right here that I'm eyeballing to put on. I kind of feel like just leaving it like this and going straight into a shimmer on it, but I definitely do think that it needs some depth to it. I wish there was like a brighter, deeper blue shade instead of just going straight to this muted blue. So I wish there was a shade like this, but just a bit deeper, maybe like this color of just a matte. So now I'm going to take the shade Spirit right here, and I'm just going to try to deepen this up a little bit and hope for the best. I mean, it definitely takes that brightness away and dulls it down quite a lot, but it is also not the worst either, so I don't know. I'm just gonna deepen it a little bit so I don't lose all that brightness. So I'm gonna go into this shade right here, which is Jungle, and as you can see right there, it does kind of ball up as you pull it off with your finger. So let's just hope it doesn't do that on my eye. It did not do that on the swatch right here, so hopefully it'll be alright. So that is what it looks like. I don't think I like that shade. Like, the shade itself is actually stunning, but it is very heavy. Like, I'm very aware of my eyelids right now, and it's just a feeling I'm not used to, and it's very uncomfortable. So I'm just gonna go ahead and wipe away the extra stuff that I don't need. Next up is primer, and I'm gonna use this Invisible Undercover Marc Jacob primer. I did unbox this in my last makeup haul before this current set, but I have not tried it just in case I do not have a primer for the next time. So I'm gonna go ahead and use this. It is very runny. It does have a light coconutty smell. It is very creamy and going on so easily. Okay, that's gonna be the only primer I use today. So then we're gonna go into our base, and we're gonna use this Bosiac. I don't know how to say this. We're gonna go into this Skin Perfecting BB Cream Broad Spectrum Serum SPF 30. And this is in the shade Vince. So that is what the tube color looks like, and it looked like it would be an okay match. That is the foundation color right there. This is not gonna be my color in the slightest. This is like 10 shades darker than me. So I'm gonna take this. This is a Morphe Y6 brush. I don't even know if they make this anymore, but that's what I'm gonna take. And I'm just gonna go ahead and, because I have to go to work and I'm already going with this crazy blue eye, I don't know if I want to wear this one. Ooh. It has a very clean smell to it. I look like the peanut butter baby. On camera it doesn't look that bad, but it looks awful in person. So that's wonderful. And it did look like it was oxidizing a little bit on my hand, and it is a little bit on my, look at that. Can you see that? Yeah. Okay, so we're not wearing this one because I'm going straight to work. So this one was a major fail for me. It might not be for you. I will say for a BB cream though, it did have pretty nice coverage and it definitely hid everything. As you can see, I have little breakouts right here. It definitely hid those very well. I'm gonna go ahead and take the same primer and re-prime really quick. I'm gonna go ahead and give this Morphe 2 Hint Skin Tint a second try. This is in the shade Hint of Marshmallow. If you guys did see my last full face of new makeup, you would know this didn't exactly work out for me, but I do want to give it a second try, and this time I do want to try it with a brush. This is the BoxyCharm brush, so I did just kind of throw it on there, and let's go ahead and see already with the brush I'm getting a lot better coverage, which was one of the issues because it took a lot of product to build it up. I think it took me like 4 or 5 pumps, something like that, to build it up to just this coverage, and that was with a beauty sponge. Okay, so I can already tell you I am liking this a lot better than last time, so maybe this is a product that I'll keep. It's just something I have to apply with a brush from now on. But then again, the main issue I did have with it was how greasy it looked on my skin, and me having oily skin already, it would be very easy to break it down. You can really see the brush strokes on the nose, which is one thing I don't really care to use brushes for. I'm gonna try and do this. Nope, that didn't work. I'm gonna take this crown brush, there's no label on it, and just see if I can kind of tap it in with this. Okay, that seemed to help. And of course, I'm just gonna take this down my neck as well. Okay, so I definitely think I will be keeping this one in my collection. I'm still not a fan of how greasy it looks, but I am gonna set everything and hopefully that'll change. For my blush, I'm gonna use this Go-Go tint. This is in the shade Bright Cherry Tinted Lip and Cheek Stain. And to blend this out, I'm just gonna take the smaller of the BoxyCharm brushes and just tap this in. I'm gonna try and go over this a little bit. Okay, so going back over it originally. Okay, so you can definitely still see some of it peeking through, which is nice because I wanted it to be like just so you know. So now we know that's a lot more intense than I thought. See, I don't understand creams, which is why I don't use them. Let's try this one from Rare Beauty. This is in the shade Joy. You know what? I think I'm gonna take this brush. This is a Lexi 250 large eye blending brush, but I feel like, you know, I could, you know, right? I don't think I learned my lesson last time because it's still right. Okay, the world can quit playing a cruel prank on me and try just a literal dot. And that is what is on my cheeks. Next up, we are going to need a concealer, and for that, I'm going to go in with the Wet n Wild Coverall. See, and I don't know, because I have to go to work, and this doesn't look like it's going to be a good shade. I'm going to take that crown brush again and just kind of brush it on. I mean, you know, it helped a little bit. Okay, so that is the concealer on. It's not a lot of coverage. I did use a brush though, but I think that is what we're gonna leave it as. Now it's time to set them. I'm gonna use this Milk Makeup Translucent Light Blur and Set Matte Loose Setting Powder, and I'm just gonna take this and lightly set my whole face. Okay, so whenever it's set, you can definitely see that blush a lot more. Like you can definitely see it when it's not set, but I thought that I blended out so much that you couldn't really see it, and I'm really gonna set this nose. Okay, so with the nose set, I actually like it a lot more. This Morphe Hint Skin Tint is growing a lot more on me. I think that this would be really nice for work. Okay, so this is what it's looking like set. Let's go ahead and get straight into bronzer. I'm gonna use this angled brush from Equal Tools. I think this is a blush brush, but I've been using it for bronzer lately. And for that, I'm gonna take this Fenty Beauty. This is the Shady Biz, and I'm just gonna go ahead and take that on my brush. I like how Fenty's logo is so deep in the pan that you can go over it and it still shows, unlike certain brands where it just kind of rubs away. And I'm just gonna go ahead and build this up. Okay, so it definitely did a good job like snatching it all together. Like, look at this half of the jawline. Okay, so that is what the face is looking like with the bronzer on. I really like it. It did a really nice job of really giving that sun-kissed glow. And for blush, I'm gonna go into this Bella by Juvia's Place. I have yet to use this one because it is so deep, and I know her blushes are so pigmented. So what I'm gonna do is take this is an Essential BO2 brush. I have no idea what brand this is from, but I am gonna take literally the lightest amount, because like, look at that, and really tap that off, and then just kind of, and then go over with that setting powder powder brush that we use, and just like that, so we do have that hint of color even more, but it's not as crazy as it would be. Okay, so my next product is gonna be from Fenty Beauty. This is the Brow MVP in the shade medium brown. So I'm just gonna take this and just brush it through my brows. So this brush is a bit more triangular, which is really nice, especially with the cap, because I just threw my cap on the desk and it did not roll off. So this product is a very nice color. It's doing a great job of filling in. If you can see, this one's definitely more filled than this one, and all I'm doing is penciling it in. So I definitely like it. This is going to be in my purse from now on. This is a very light product. What I mean by that is it doesn't feel heavy or weighing anything down, and it still looks like my brow hairs are actually there. So it looks like a more natural brow than a lot of pencils with a heavy wax in it. And I'm not sure if this one does have a heavy wax or not, but it doesn't like look like it does, in the sense of it still looks like hair. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the other one off camera and I will be right back. Okay, so these are the brows. They definitely do not match, but it's you know, it's gonna have to work. It's whatever. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish my lower lash line, and I'm gonna use a product that's not new. It is this Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On Eye Pencil in the shade Vivid. I'm gonna use that for my waterline. I'm gonna go back into that Maya shade and start to blend out this lower lash line, and just blending this out. And I'm just gonna do a light blend since I do have that eyeliner there. Just something like that, just enough so there is a pigment. Also, that shimmer shade Jungle that we put on the lid is falling down as I'm like blinking and everything, so it is now on my lower lash line as well. But for that lower lash line, all I did was use that blue eyeliner in the shade Vivid, as well as the Maya shade from the palette. Next up is highlighter. I'm going to use one from this Casey Holmes palette. I'm going to use this one right here, which is in the shade Just Beachy, and I'm just going to take that on a fan brush and just apply that. That is what everything is looking like. That is the highlighter. Very glowy, very pretty. And then I'm going to take this Morphe brush, there is no name on it, and go back into that highlighter shade and just do a little bit on the brow bone. And then I'm also going to go into my inner corner. Next up for my lips, I'm going to use this Fenty cream. This is the new one, and this is in the shade Fenty Glow. I want to keep it a very nude lip today just because, I mean, my eyes are crazy. So this is what I will be using. Okay, so that is what this gloss is looking like, and oh my god, it is so beautiful. I am so in love. It is so glossy, it's insane. Next up, I'm going to use this L'Oreal Voluminous Original Mascara. I don't think I've used this one yet, so I'm gonna go ahead and pop this on really quick. So this mascara is doing a very good job of feathering everything out, but the mascara itself isn't doing much for me, but I do like the wand and how it separates everything. Okay, so this is what that mascara looks like. It is definitely a very wet formula. However, the brush was really nice. It did separate everything very nicely and made it look very full. I really like the way that it looks on my bottom lashes. However, the top lashes, it did not do much for me, so I just don't think that this is a mascara that's for me, unless it's a day I want to be really extra and use a separate one for my bottom lashes. A mascara is not going to work the same for everyone. So now it is time for us to set everything. I'm going to go in with this Fenty Beauty What It Do setting spray. Okay guys, so this is what my full face of testing new makeup is looking like. We definitely did have some really big fails. The eye primer for me was the biggest fail. I couldn't even wear it, as well as that BB cream, but the BB cream was not the right shade, so I'm gonna have to go ahead and try and get a different shade and see if it works better that way. But those were the two biggest fails of the day. Alrighty guys, I think that is gonna be it for this video. I hope you did enjoy, and remember, just because a product doesn't work out for me doesn't mean it won't work out for you. If you love it, great. It just didn't work for me. So with that being said, I hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, leave a like and subscribe down below, and I post every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and I hope to see you there. Make sure you hit the subscribe button so you don't miss, and I'll see you there. Bye guys!